My wife cheated on me. Even now, saying those words makes my stomach twist like I'm swallowing broken glass. You never picture yourself as the man who gets betrayed. You think you're careful. You think you've chosen wisely. You think your love is enough. But love isn't armor. It's a vulnerability. And she used that vulnerability to slice me open. I found out on a Wednesday night. Of all days, nothing dramatic, nothing cinematic. Just me coming home early from work, walking into the living room, and seeing her curled up on the couch with her laptop. She didn't even notice me walk in. Her face was lit up with that glow people only get when they're falling in love. Only the words on her screen weren't meant for me. Last night was perfect. I can still taste you. My chest tightened so hard I couldn't breathe. I didn't shout. I didn't grab the laptop and smash it against the wall. I just stood there, silent, letting the weight of those words crush me. When she finally looked up and saw me, her eyes went wide. "Wait," she started, but it was already over. I turned and walked upstairs, packed a bag. She followed me, saying all the words cheaters say when they're caught. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely. We can fix this. But I didn't want fixes. I wanted truth, and the truth was staring at me in her eyes. She didn't love me anymore. So I left, not just the house that night, but the version of myself that believed loyalty was enough. For days I drowned in anger. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. My mind replayed everything, every kiss, every anniversary, every whispered promise, and twisted it into lies. But anger, I learned, is fuel. And the more I sat in it, the more I wanted to use it. I wanted her to feel what I felt. That's where her sister came in. Her name was Emma. Younger, wilder, always the one who flirted a little too much at family gatherings. I used to brush it off as harmless, but now it felt like a weapon. And in my bitterness, I picked it up. It started with a message. Simple, casual. "Hey, want to grab a drink?" She said yes before I even finished my second beer. Maybe she knew. Maybe she'd always wanted this, or maybe she just enjoyed the chaos. Whatever it was, it worked. One drink became two became late-night drives. Late-night drives became whispered confessions. And before I knew it, I wasn't just distracting myself, I was planning something darker. I asked her if she wanted to get away. "A vacation," I said, "just the two of us, somewhere sunny, somewhere we don't have to think." She laughed and said yes, like it was the most natural thing in the world. And so we went. The moment we stepped off the plane, I felt something shift. Not because I was happy, not really, but because I felt in control again. I posted photos, smiling, laughing, holding Emma's hand. I knew my wife would see them, and she did. The first night my phone buzzed with message after message. "Are you serious? How could you do this to me? She's my sister, for God's sake." I didn't reply. I just posted another photo. Her rage was my satisfaction. For the first time since I caught her cheating, I wasn't the victim anymore. I was the one twisting the knife. The vacation itself was surreal. Beaches, sunsets, cocktails by the pool. Emma was beautiful, no doubt. And part of me almost let myself believe it was real. That maybe I was falling for her, but every time she touched me, every time she laughed in my ear, I remembered why I was really there. This wasn't love. This was revenge dressed up in sunscreen and hotel sheets. And yet, in the quiet moments when she was asleep beside me, I felt hollow. The satisfaction faded. The laughter felt forced. The revenge, as sweet as it looked on the surface, tasted bitter deep inside. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't punishing my wife. I was punishing myself. When we came back, the fallout was nuclear. My wife confronted me, screaming, crying, furious. "How could you betray me with her?" she shouted. And I laughed. I actually laughed because the hypocrisy was too rich to ignore. "You cheated first," I said coldly. "All I did was show you how it feels." Her face crumbled. She tried to twist it, tried to paint me as the villain, but I didn't care. The marriage was already dead. The only difference now was that she couldn't pretend she was the only wounded one. Emma, she drifted away after that. I think she realized she'd just been a pawn in my game, and honestly, she deserved better than that. She wanted fun, maybe even love, but I was never capable of giving it to her. Not when my heart was still bleeding from betrayal. So in the end, it was just me. Me, alone, standing in the wreckage of two relationships, one I thought would last forever, and one I should never have started. And yet, as twisted as it sounds, I didn't regret it. Because I learned something on that vacation. Betrayal cuts both ways, yes, but revenge doesn't heal you. It doesn't fill the emptiness. It doesn't bring back the love you lost. All it does is remind you of who you never want to be again. My wife thought she broke me. She thought her betrayal would leave me shattered forever. But I came out of it with clarity. I realized I didn't need her, didn't need Emma, didn't need anyone who couldn't respect loyalty the way I did. What I needed was me. So I walked away. From the marriage, from the drama, from the cycle of betrayal and revenge. And for the first time in a long time, I felt something close to peace. Not because I had won, but because I had finally let go. She cheated on me, so I took her sister on vacation. It was messy, reckless, maybe even cruel, but it was also the chapter that closed the book on us. And though the story didn't end the way I once dreamed it would, it ended with me standing tall, stronger than the day it all fell apart.